Hi, it's the Carter Man, host of Coffee with the Carter Man, America's #1 political activist podcast, #1. Make sure you watch all the social media. You can go there now and see the one we did last week, or wait till Tuesday evening for this coming week's. Review all the news, great interview, and then predictions as to what's coming up next. And today I am, as you can see, back in church here for my Sunday social media post. And I want to kind of center it around the time of the year. It is Christmas Sunday. Christmas is only, 2 days away, 2 or 3 days away now. And I want you to think about something, an angle on an old story that you might not have thought of that's very applicable to where we are in America today. Very applicable. Story of the Three Kings. We all know they came bearing gifts. They followed a star from afar and went to the manger with the baby Jesus, actually looking for a king. So one thing we often don't think of, one of the things we often don't think of is that, imagine they were a little surprised, right? When they went looking for a king and instead found a babe in a manger. But they realized that indeed was the King of Kings. That would be his role. You know, I saw a saying the other day that all kings actually start out as babes, but only one babe started out as a king. And that's what they went to see. But then there's a twist that's very applicable to where we are in America today. And that is when they left. They didn't go back the way they came. And there was a reason for that. There was a reason. And that is God appeared to him in a dream and told him, don't go back the way you came, because Herod, the wicked king who felt threatened by the newborn king, is waiting to find out where the baby Jesus is so that he can kill his the one who may take his throne. So they left and went in a different direction. And thereby, as Shakespeare said, hangs a tale. Okay? Thereby hangs a tale. When they left the manger, they went in a different direction. That's where we are in America today. That's where we are in America today. That's where we are with the election that just occurred and the inauguration that's going to take place, God willing, on January 20th. Now, please, I'm not being blasphemous. I'm not saying that Donald Trump is Jesus. I'm sure he would not make that claim. You know, he's a pretty religious guy, especially since almost getting killed. Nor am I claiming that he wants to be a king. Don't listen to the left-wing radicals on that. He has no desire to be the king. He wants to be president for 4 years so he can make some changes. And there you start to see the analogy here now. You start to see the analogy. We as a people in America have chosen to go in a different direction, haven't we? Okay, we came to the election bearing the gifts of our votes. And we're going away, choosing to go in a different direction. And that's very, very, very important. I personally feel that just as with the wise men, it was God's will that he spared this nation one more time, as he's done so often in the past, so that we could go in a direction that restores what America once was. Okay? Remember, in 12 of the last 16 years, we have been taken in a horrifying direction by Barack Obama and then his hand puppet, Joe Biden. Taken in a direction America never meant to go in, a war-making direction, a woke direction where you no longer have freedom of speech, where your government spies on you, where your government arrests you if you disagree and dissent. Never meant to be the direction of America, okay? And so now we have come to a point where we as a people, again, just as the wise men, have chosen to go in a different direction. Okay, now it's going to be up to us, each of us, to make sure that the man we selected is able to take us in that new direction, a new direction that restores what made America great in the past. You know, years ago I read the definition of conservatism as preserving for the future that which made you great in the past. Well, that's the direction that we want to go in now, isn't it? So let me close with just this thought from another hymn, one of the sweetest hymns there is, "Away in a manger, no crib for a child," but it's the last couple words of it that's where we are now. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in thee tonight. Well, they were saying it at the manger. We're saying it now as we approach the installation of a new president. The hopes and fears of all the years are met in that day, because this country can't take another 4 years of the deep state, not leadership, but dictatorship that was imposed on us through the 8 years of Obama, 4 years of his hand puppet Biden, and even, unfortunately, in many ways during Trump's 4 years, because the deep state, with their phony charges, their false accusations, exercised such control and hamstrung him so badly, which hopefully, we hope and pray that can't be done this time. So we're doing it. We made the choice. We're leaving in a different direction from what we've been saddled with over the past 4 years. And now it's time for us. And I'm going to close with this, another quote from one of my favorite hymns, "A Dare to be Daniel." Those of you who know the story of Daniel and the lion's den, he stood strong rather than sacrificing what he believed in. Dare to be a Daniel, dare to stand alone, dare to have a purpose firm, dare to make it known. That's the direction each of us needs to take on our own over the next 4 years as we restore for the future that which made America great for the past. It's a great direction to go in, a great new direction. Let's do this thing.